Good evening, guys, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I apologize that we did not get an opportunity to do this last night. We've had some issues going on at work. They're starting to rectify themselves, but we just haven't gotten there quite yet. So anyway, tonight I thought we would have a little discussion about the greatest fish that we were never able to get our hands on. What's up, William? Good to see you, man. I apologize for that. I probably should have scheduled this just a little bit later. I wasn't wholeheartedly ready for it when I jumped on here. I've been cramming to try to get the thing together. Actually, the whole the whole topic of conversation for tonight, Will, is because of the conversation that you and I had a couple days ago. You're asking me if I'd ever had an opportunity to see a whale shark, and I have not. Take that back. I have had an opportunity to see a whale shark, and I missed it. Conversation I was having with Will, for you guys that are catching this after the fact, something along those lines. What happened was when I was in high school. Hey, Farmall, what's going on, man? Good to see you. So when I was in high school, well, I went out on a fishing trip with my dad one time, and my cousins and family and everybody were on the beach. So when we were done fishing for the day, and we stopped by the beach and went and said hi to everybody, and I opted to get off the boat, hang out at the beach, and be with the family, go just, have a little beach time. On the way back to port, my dad ran into a whale shark. It's the only time we've seen one that close to shore. My uncle has seen them way offshore. We've never seen one, and he wasn't just but a couple of miles off the beach. A real rare circumstance. That was the opportunity that I had to see a whale shark, and I totally boned the show on it. I totally missed out on that. That was 20 years ago. I have not had an opportunity to see one since. I will see one. Rachel and I, we go to Cozumel a whole lot. They got them down there. We don't go at the right time of year, but it is our plan to do that. So it was that conversation, Will, that you and I had a couple days ago that kind of brought that to mind for me, but also in the news, if anybody's read about it, the big story of the week in the news right now is the giant grandmother great white shark that everybody keeps seeing out in Hawaii. I saw that, and I was thinking about that whale shark experience, and I was like, that's a really cool deal. That is obviously also a bucket list item. I want to see a great white shark. I want to be in the water with one of those guys. Rachel's waving me down. What do you got?
Savannah and I brought that up last week.
I know you did. Rachel and Savannah brought that to my attention about the shark. I did see it in the news, though, too.
Well, we brought it up last week.
Yes, you did. Kudos to you. So,
and Savannah's going to go swim with us.
Why don't you come and join me?
We are.
So, they're stomping around in the background here, guys. That is my big story of the fish that I wish I could have had. It was right there. I wish I could have seen it and everything. But I'm kind of curious, what about you guys? I would like to know y'all's stories about, hunting, fishing, being in the outdoors. What are the things, what are your stories? Everybody's got that story about that one that they just missed out on. I'd like to hear everybody else's stories. What do you guys got?
Get a cheers, Daddy.
Supposedly, the whale sharks are in numbers at the rigs right now. Really, that's right off here. Sure, that makes sense. I mean, they migrate through. I know they come through the area.
In May, in Mexico, that's why we're...
Yeah, in Mexico, it's down in May. But that makes perfect sense that they're migrating through this area now, because we don't get offshore quite as much during the wintertime like this. Typically, conditions do not allow for that. Should make sense then if they're cruising through the area at a time where we're not, typically out there. That would explain why we haven't seen many of them. I know they're there. Everybody's got stories about them. No BS. Robert and I were in California 2 years ago, and we saw some whites out there. Scary. Yeah. I've run into big bull sharks down here. I've never been in the vicinity of a great white, but it's gonna happen. We've spent enough time in the water out in the other places that we go. I guarantee we're gonna run into one. That is awesome. I promise, I'm making this promise right now, this minute. I will not see a great white shark without catching it on camera. You have my word. I will have a camera on that shark if I ever get an opportunity to see one. When I get an opportunity to see one, it's gonna happen. So we just pulled in from, I had a meeting in Corpus Christi today, It's about the meeting itself was about an hour and a half away. Had to pick up Savannah for my mom. Mom, thank you for helping us out with that today.
Thank you.
He's asleep.
So we're just now walking in. I literally, we got home, immediately set up. Obviously, I was a couple of minutes late for the live stream, so we're just now getting in. And so Rachel and Savannah, they're getting their hair ready for you guys so that they can get all. They're getting Savannah's hair ready so that they can come in and say hi. They're sitting right here though. They're gonna be jumping in just a moment.
Chokers look trashy on the Don't say that. Zip it.
You said it, not me. And yeah, I'm mic'd up so they can probably hear you on that. What are your
There's Nana's out there.
What are y'all's thoughts
No,
about?
we're not saying that because Nana will cut it. We're cutting Nana.
Peter, what's going on, man? How are you doing? We got William in here, dude, hanging out. Good to see you, man.
Peter.
Appreciate you coming and joining us.
Hopefully we'll get to see Castaneza.
We're talking about that time. Peter, Fortress of Rock, that's my brother. And he can confirm that story about the whale shark that we did not get to see out on Padre Island.
You're not gonna eat it though. Remember, it sounds like you're like.
Yeah, I know. Obviously.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, there are some fish out there that you're not allowed to eat that are taboo. That I would like to try. I would like to try dolphin.
That's sick.
No, they look tasty.
You're sick. You're a
They
sick
look
person.
tasty.
You
I
watch this thing
bet
and
whale
buy 'em a
tastes good.
calf. Just go ahead. Go for it. Have a little
I'll get one of them scabby little dolphins. The ones that nobody likes.
Not the. They're on the endangered list, sir. The bikini dolphin?
I know, that's what makes them taste so good, is being on the endangered list.
No, the only reason.
I want to take a bite out of the endangered list menu.
The only reason those dolphins have been taken is for the fish that they're. I don't even care what the fish that they catch.
Here, come on over here.
That's creepy. That's really creepy. You look like the Purge.
So this is Rachel, everybody. She's bouncing off the walls right now, her and my daughter. Darren, how's it going, man? How are things in the UK, buddy? I say that. Your videos have been absolutely amazing. This dude he upgraded all of his equipment. He's hanging out in the UK right now, and he's just doing amazing things. I'm envious, man. I'm envious of a lot of the stuff that you're doing right now.
You look like the Purge.
Well, it's good to see you, Darren. I appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with us.
Darren. Oh, our friends from Manchester. Not that.
That video hasn't posted yet. We got
No, it's just funny.
When we were A&J, what's going on, man? Good to see you, sir. Appreciate you stopping by, especially considering how many of your streams I've missed recently. Sorry about that. So Darren, just so you guys know, I think it's in this next video that we post on this weekend. We ran into some other tourists while we were in Cozumel. They ran out of gas. Long story, so we helped them out. They were from England.
They were so nice.
And now, after a simple little 20-30 minute drive 45-minute drive of helping these guys out, we took them into town, got them some gas, and brought them back to get their car, and then followed them back into town again. But they were from England, and in that 45 minutes, an hour, whatever it is we spent with them, Rachel became a Manchester United fan, and now she says dodgy a lot.
I already said dodgy. Thank you very much. It's just.
That's all it took was a little car ride, and all of a sudden everything was dodgy.
That's
You'll
awesome.
see a little bit of that in the next video coming up.
Remember, what's your hey, Savannah?
Yeah, no, Darren, I totally understand the time difference there, man. I do appreciate you spending the time to come and say hi and hanging out, but I totally get it, man. I know it's late over there, so
rubbish.
no expectation, no, you know, we just appreciate having you. I totally understand if you're not gonna be able to hang out too long.
Thank you. You forget.
Rubbish.
So, Darren, I am expecting you to come back saying things like rubbish.
It's rubbish.
We already said that though because our grandmothers are both.
That-
ladies.
That's true. Savannah does say rubbish a
Trash.
lot.
Stop.
If you say rubbish, it's trash.
Would you please?
No, it isn't. No, rubbish is a good one.
Well, we told him.
So what we're kind of talking about here is those opportunities like those fish, those catches, those hunts, things like that. I want to hear y'all's stories, guys. What is that thing that you miss? You know, like everybody's got that story of that thing they almost got, that fish they almost saw, the buck they heard about, but did not get an opportunity. What are y'all's stories? I'm curious. What do you guys got? William was saying that he ran into some great whites off of California with another gentleman. I'm not doing name dropping thing. William, you're welcome to though if you want to, man. But
Don't do that.
so that's is that your story? Was with the great whites here, or I would assume you do a lot of fishing, man. I would think that you got some other stories to tell, and I'm happy to hear them. Peter, what's yours? We've done a bunch of fishing trips. Peter, what is that one trip that stands out in your mind that's like, oh, I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd been there for that.
Pinky promise.
What are the stories that you guys got on that?
Pinky promise. Never.
Farmall, I've seen a bunch of your videos. I know you got some stories on you, man.
Are you gonna kill me?
No, you have to talk to them.
A&J, what about you? Hey, did you...
Scary.
I'm curious, A&J, on your recent video where you were fishing out in Port Aransas, how long were you there? For a couple of days? It looked like you'd stayed the night somewhere. Am I right on that?
You said it was gonna be a trip. I remember that.
Peter always wanted to try blue well, and I do not disagree.
You guys are sick.
I bet that makes a sick steak.
So fat.
I'm betting you guys that's Nick texting right there.
Hey, Nick.
Every time you hear that bell. What that means is to, of course, you'll see that in the videos. If you hear that bell, it means to please make sure that you subscribe and slap that notification bell so that you never miss an opportunity to spend a little time drinking some wine and hanging out with us.
I have an idea.
Endangered equals tasty.
You're already here, Nick.
There you are, Nick. Look, we got a little bit of Paul, a little bit of young Paul. Stanley, a little bit of young Stanley, and in the blue shirt, that's my buddy Nick. He's the one, you've seen him in some videos, and that's me when I'm not
the bar
terrible
pictures.
looking.
It's our bar pictures. You're on the bar pictures up there, too.
Yes,
Yay.
here.
Go.
Here, you want to see it? Go ahead.
Cool.
Like you haven't seen it a million times.
I know, it's been there for years, and all of a sudden, gotta run. Hey, Darren, absolute pleasure having you, man. Get some rest. I expect to see some fantastic content coming out of you in the coming weeks, man. We were there 2 days, but day 2 was high winds, fished from shore and caught nothing. That's unfortunate, but I have so many of those days. And I posted those videos, and they did poorly, and I wish I hadn't. But I was trying to just put out as much content as I could, so I did them. I tried to make them interesting. But I totally understand, especially this time of year, fishing out there is rough. Darren, have a good night, man. Manchester United.
There you go.
Dodgy.
I have tissue.
Come in.
And Mama's tissue.
She was saying that Uncle Nick doesn't look like Fred from Scooby-Doo in that picture.
Oh yeah, Nick had a big beard and he's got long hair and everything now. He's got, well, not now, he kind of trimmed up just a little bit.
She's like, that's not
Now
Uncle
he
Nick.
looks
Still had a
like
great
poor
time.
Fred.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. One of our best videos on the channel, it's either the second or third best producing video that we have done, was a day where Rachel and Savannah were out of town. It's called Fishing Off the Jetty or something like that. Rachel and Savannah were in Austin. I was all by myself and got out of work early, so I went and fished on the Port A Jetty on a beautiful day. And I didn't catch a damn thing. Nothing. And for some reason, that's like the second best video on our channel right now. Go figure. Not the one of me spearfishing stuff. Not the video of us doing an aquarium. Not the video of, what were some of the other ones that were,
We had a few good ones, but again.
the one where I got speared by a stingray. No, those videos, no.
Although, a couple people did comment.
No, the one where I
are
don't
Rachel
catch
and
fish.
Savannah? I thought that was pretty funny.
No, I don't think they did.
Oh, they sure did. They were like, where are they?
All right, Will, let's see what you got. Your story was down on pins end of last year. Had a couple Penn 9/0 out. Had a bait dropped out in second gut. Reel began screaming. Spooled up with 80-pound braid, 100-pound top shot. Yeah. You know what? I was texting you a while back.
From shore?
I don't think it was this year, but Nick and I, a couple years ago, went camping, and we had a 4/0 that was out.
No.
Yeah, we had a 4. We were fishing out all night, and I had a 175-pound wire leader, and I had a live mullet, about a 12-inch live mullet on that thing, and I got spooled on it. Same big sharks. I bet you money it was a big damn bull shark. They're out there. They're all over the place.
Yeah, oh, I'm your booty.
You are not.
So
Yes,
yeah,
you
it happens. It happens a lot, unfortunately.
I'm gonna kick your little booty.
Okay.
Have upgraded drag washers on it. 45 pounds drag. Ooh, that's nice. That's a good amount of drag you got. Couldn't turn it. Kept running until 900 yards of line got spooled. Broke the knot. That sucks. Hey, Florida Hillbilly, how's it going, man? Good to see you. And Irish Train Guy, sir, it is an absolute pleasure to have you guys here tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe this is the first time for both of you, and if it is, I want to thank you very much for joining us and appreciate you guys coming and checking us out. I hope you enjoy the stream. We are talking about, like, we're kind of telling fish stories here and talking about the that not necessarily the one that got away, but that trip where, or that thing that you almost had. For example, my story that I've been telling, I'll stop telling it so many times, guys, but I went out on a fishing trip at the end of the day. We stopped at the beach. My family was on the beach. I jumped off the boat, went to hang out with my family, and my dad took the boat back to port, and on his way ran into a massive whale shark. It is the only opportunity that I have currently had. No, Peter was not on the trip. It was the only opportunity that I have had to see a whale shark so far. We're going to see one. Rachel's dead set on seeing one, and I'm dead set on making that happen. But that was the only opportunity that I had, and obviously that left a little bit of a, I can't believe I did that. So I'm curious about everybody else's stories. That's what we're here to do, is tell fish stories and kind of hang out and have a good time.
We went over.
A&J, absolute pleasure having you here, sir. Thank you very much for stopping by. And let me know next time you're in Port A, man. I'm gonna be that creep sneaking up on you, joining you out there, man.
Just talking about
Yeah, I'll be the one in the back of the video bombing you.
we went over. We were on a pontoon. We went over a humpback. Well.
In Hawaii? So okay. So she saw a humpback in Hawaii with a pontoon boat.
We're just like, ooh. We saw a few things, and then we saw a tiger shark. Like, I don't even know how this happened.
I have not seen a tiger shark.
In Florida. When we're on with Sean and Dad, and Mom and I are out on one of those really lame, like, big old boats. They're like a tricycle. Mm-hmm. We're like pedaling along, and apparently Sean and Dad are out at the pier. So we get out there, and there's this huge thing on the pier. And we're like, oh, maybe something's going on. So we start pedaling on
a little pedal boat,
pedaling our way. And think about being at one of the condos, all the way to that pier before you get to the Sound. All that way. Probably would have been much like Rodrigo had we not had gas. Okay, it goes much
she's referring to future videos here that we haven't put out yet.
Crazy dodgy. Anyway, so we get all the way there, and there's tons of people, and I guess a guy hooked into this. And I know a guy hooked into a huge. It was a really, really big tiger shark, because the pier was. Well, how tall is that pier that we went to?
Yeah, that pier is probably 12, 14 feet out of the water.
I know the shark was definitely bigger than Dad. And definitely,
yeah,
we were already really, really high up.
That's not uncommon to see a good. I would say it's probably more rare to see a tiger shark under the 6 foot range.
I mean, it was, but I was like, we're in Florida. And I'd already started.
Yeah, but they're there.
I know, but I already started doing my stuff towards marine biology, and I'm like, why are they there? I don't know. It was cool.
My dad and my uncle caught 2 years ago. They hooked into I want to say it was a 12 or a 14 foot tiger shark. They got that thing up to the boat. They're catching it fishing for tile fish. Like, the thing hooked up, it ate up one of their tile fish that they'd caught. Got that thing all the way up to the boat, and then of course you got to cut your line, lose your rig and stuff like that, but they got some cool video of it. I have not had permission to post that on the channel, plus it's not my stuff, so I haven't really done a thing with that, but
I mean, I know
but they got a video of them.
I guess my point was, it was so
Miss
big.
Stewart, absolute pleasure having you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you, ma'am.
Just the way that they're getting places they shouldn't be, just like that pot of orca that we did the paper on. I say we. Thank you.
That's right. I helped write her. I helped write her. Was it your thesis?
We typed it.
I also helped research it. She's a marine biologist.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, the pot of orcas that were spotted off South Padre Island, which is just odd. Those anomalies like that, the things that you see.
That's another bucket list one that I want to see. Is we have orcas in the Gulf of Mexico, and as much as I'd just like to see a killer whale, I would really like to see the Gulf of Mexico killer whales.
Well, I mean, again, you have these transient whales, but again, it was a one-time thing. I mean, and then they've had all these call-ins, and they take them seriously every time. And one time, a lady said that she swore there was a blue whale like outside her house.
I believe it. We get everything. The Gulf of Mexico is a melting pot for everything in the Atlantic.
It was a bag.
And I believe that as well.
I mean, I mean, the things are. It's just funny because the things people think they see and what they look like, and it's
Yeah, your eyes when you're offshore, like you've got the sun shining off the waves, you've got hundreds of miles of just repetition and stuff like that with the waves. You see things
and counting and just you're doing monotonous work, and the things you see, you look at, finally something different.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
If a
huge
wave
turtles
breaks
we've seen,
funny or
though.
something,
I mean,
yeah.
just even the turtles we've seen are huge, and that's just finally something different. But yeah, I mean, just the things that people called in. Well, and then they call in a manatee, and people are like, why the heck would a manatee be here? It was a manatee hanging out. Sorry, the manatee discussion.
We had a manatee hanging out in it wasn't Port Aransas, but it was just south of Port Aransas a while back.
It was literally in Corpus Christi.
Yeah, it
drinking
was
out of
in the
people's-
Flower Bluff area. It was
yeah.
hanging out in the canals back there, and I think
It was drinking out of the hoses where you would clean your fish. So it was drinking.
is that what it was doing? Really?
Yes.
Like a little dog?
Yes, that was the fun
I didn't
part.
even know they could get out. Like
How the hell was it there? That's just it. Yes.
you got washed in from a storm or
Well,
something. We see stuff
clearly.
like that.
No,
we
that's
see
what I'm
some.
saying. That's
That's one of the
hilarious,
things I
crazy
love
part.
about this area.
I
One of the
know.
things I really love about Padre Island.
We're in a Cretan
is-
beach. It's amazing.
We are in a Cretan beach, so we get all of this really weird stuff that washes in from the Atlantic,
Anything
and we
from
see.
Malaysia, we get
Yeah, we see stuff from the Mediterranean washing up on our
We got
beaches
the
over here.
toilet.
Blows your mind.
You're welcome.
But manatees, great whites, we get those in the Gulf. There, every couple of years we hear a story about a great white. We get the orcas, we get the false killer whales.
Oh, the pirates,
Now we're
yeah,
getting
for sure.
lionfish in the area. We get
we're
scorpion fish
getting-
and
we've got
stuff.
'em. They need to go.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are- that's a
they're going to
problem,
be
though.
real invasive. Next 20 years, we're going to be seeing lots of
we need to get rid
lionfish.
of them.
I'm sure that that's going to be a
No,
thing.
and the orca thing was just really. I picked that because that's my favorite thing. You know, dolphins are my favorite thing, and just that was my thing.
Yeah,
that's
no,
why
they're
I picked that.
tasty.
And that was just Dorado. That was just my thing, and that's why I picked it for my independent project. Thank you,
Joy Stewart.
Professor McGee.
Yeah, okay. I apologize. First off, I didn't know you were from Oregon. Beautiful coastline that you guys have up there.
Joy. I love
She
her
says
comments.
they have whale watching, like right off the coast. Like you can go to the beach and sit there and look for them.
I heard they can just.
And they
sit
also
there,
have a
and it's
Bigfoot
just like-
museum. You know what I like? I visited Oregon, and it's very, very pretty there, particularly the coastline. I'm not fond of everything not coastline. I won't lie about that.
I
But
don't like it. It has trees.
well, see, that's what I didn't like about it. And everybody says I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. But it was there was a lot of plains where we were driving through. So all we saw were plains. I didn't see a whole lot outside of the coast. But what I liked about it, we stopped into a coffee shop when we were in Oregon. My buddy and I, we were backpacking through the area. And we stopped for a cup of coffee. And we got 2 cups of coffee. And the lady charged us $1.98. And we were both kind of like, I thought it was 99 cents for a cup of coffee. Why are you, don't mean to be, I'll take it. But thank you. But that math doesn't add up right. 99 cents for a cup of coffee is more than $1.98. She didn't understand what we were going with. In Texas, it's $1.07. 99 cents for a cup of coffee, but you got to pay taxes on it. So you end up paying $2.14 for 2 cups of coffee. So we didn't understand that there were no taxes on things like a cup of coffee over there. It was a wonderful lesson to learn.
Or when they brought it.
Yeah. Hey, Go Bird, how are you doing, man? Good to see you, dude. Appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Should have wanted. Oh yeah, when we were in Costa Rica, we went surfing
Amber and I
at
were on that.
Witches Rock. Anybody who is an Endless Summer fan had to make the Witches Rock trip, and we went up and we surfed for a bit. Really good, really clean, like 10, 12-foot waves, beautiful barrels, gorgeous. Wore ourselves out. Went up to the beach and ran into a bunch of crocodiles, and I bet they were tasty. We didn't eat one, but man, I wish we could have. Yeah, no sales tax in Oregon. That was obviously that's where we bought all of our souvenirs after that. We just didn't know.
So is there a state tax? How does that work? 'Cause
She says there is a 43% personal income tax. That seems excessive.
My brother lives in
That's a lot.
Wisconsin, so they have a state and they have a federal. And I know we just have federal. So I'm not trying to appear ignorant.
Yeah, I don't.
And Caleb
That's my one story that I know
LSU
about,
out
like
there.
the tax difference between states, between here and there. Outside of that, I know that Florida is a good one to live in because of taxes, but I don't know the difference. I don't even know what the thing is.
Because it's flooded with retirees and things like that. But
Yeah, I plan on retiring in a year or 2 to Florida.
Are you going to cut off your own legs so we can be on disability?
No, I'm just going to retire.
Sorry. Just going to go.
Be like, hey, Stripes, I'm
I'm retired.
Oh,
What's up?
I'm not allowed to say that.
What did I say that?
You guys didn't hear that. I'm not allowed to say that.
You-
Second highest property tax, too.
Oh,
That's
rough.
not fun at all.
No.
You know what? I'll go ahead and pay the coffee tax. Screw that. I
It's so
mean,
funny that I love doing taxes, but I don't know anything about the rest of like the United States taxes. I just like doing ours. I mean,
Yeah,
I just-
unless
I-
I'm
again,
on 'em.
That was like a semester. Yeah,
I ruined our taxes for last year. I wrecked our tax. Twice now I have wrecked our taxes. That one year at,
that 1 year we had Savannah.
no. When
last year, too.
that very first year at House of Rock, because I didn't pay taxes on any of the money that I made.
That year, Savannah year, last year, probably
Whatever,
this
it's
year.
not been that. I didn't screw up the taxes that bad. How about you guys? You screw up your taxes anytime? Am I the only person that has ever screwed up your family's taxes 3 years in a row? I cannot be the only person who's done that. One of these years I'll get it right.
Technically, those loans should be paid off by now. I mean, you didn't even borrow that much money. We paid back so much more than you have even borrowed.
And that is no joke.
And that's what's so ridiculous about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
because I threw lump sums at that, and
Here, cheers to that, Peter. I totally agree with you on that. I will say, for as much as I have screwed up our taxes, Rachel has done a phenomenal job of fixing them. Always use an accountant. It's worth it. I totally agree with that. If
Remember when I
it
went to
wasn't
the
for
accountant?
Rachel, I would be using one. We've done an accountant, and Rachel, she's nailed it. Like, she's fixed it every time I've screwed it up, except for this year.
and every time we
Probably
went
gonna
to the
take her a
accountant,
year
she
to fix
wanted
that one
charge
again,
me,
but-
and I got us way out of every mess that we've gotten into.
Yeah, she's gotten us out of every mess. But yeah, I totally agree. It is worth an accountant. If I
Worth
did not have
the
Rachel,
accountant.
I would have an accountant. And I'm full of myself. I think I'm a numbers guy. I think that I can do everything in the world. And my immediate instinct is like, no, I got this. I can do the taxes. It's just taxes. It's like one piece of paper.
Probably a
one
shocker.
dependent. And I would screw that up,
like
and then
a
at some
year-
point I would get an
For
accountant.
like a year, I did do accounting. Shocker. I mean,
Yeah. Poor
I just
me.
love school. Just shocker. What? It's not weird.
How did we go from a conversation about whale sharks and eating blue whales to talking about tax? Joy, you did this. This is your fault. You're the one that took us. This is a fishing channel. We talk about
Joy
fishing.
leaves the best comments, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank
Joy,
you, Joy.
yes, Joy. We always appreciate your comments, man. We really do.
Those comments, they're great. I
Yeah.
really do.
Rachel gets a little animated about some of the comments on there. You guys don't hear about all of that. Sometimes people leave some weird ones. Rachel gets a little animated about it from time to time.
No, animate. What? I get animated about theirs. I love their comments. It's your comments. I get a little bit. Oh. Okay, so
My
by the
comments.
way, happy anniversary.
That's right. Happy anniversary, Rachel. Or my anniversary gift. It has been 14 years. Not for this, and we have 3 anniversaries. This is the anniversary. The January 20th was actually, that's the anniversary of the day that her dad strong-armed me to the
First.
21st. January 21st is the anniversary of the day that her dad strong-armed me into going to the what is that called?
The JP.
The JMP, to make it official on a piece of paper. We'd been together for like, what, 10, 12 years or something?
Something like that.
Something like that. 10 years, some ungodly amount of time.
Yeah.
And so finally her dad like made me put on a suit and go to the JP in the middle of January. It was freezing outside. You're marrying my daughter. Fine, let's go do this. Yes.
Anyways, so
You want me to say that?
no, I don't. So
She
happy
whispered
anniversary.
something.
No, I didn't. Happy
She just
anniversary.
whispered something to me about the reasoning
Happy
as to
anniversary.
why he had to strong arm me. If you guys would like to know what that reason is, please leave a comment down below, and I'm happy to answer some questions. How do you like that?
You
If
asked,
Joy asks, I have to answer her.
you asked my dad if you could marry me.
I did but before her dad strong armed me,
10 years.
and I
before
love her
that.
dad. Like I
Don't say
make
that.
the normal funny joke about that, but I love her dad.
10 years.
Loved her dad
before
since
that.
the day I met him. He's an awesome, wonderful, amazing person.
10 years before.
And
that,
I had asked
you
him
asked.
twice if I could marry her over the course of 10 years before he actually strong-armed me into going to the JMP. And he was absolutely right. about everything that he said as to why we needed to do it. I will not lie about that.
And why I wouldn't marry him.
She has, okay, the reason she wouldn't marry me
There's no reason.
is because you were being stupid.
We don't use the word stupid.
No, we don't. Yeah.
Sorry.
I said that in jest. I was kind of hoping for a better delivery. It didn't work.
No.
I apologize.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So
it was a joke.
I have a question. Do y'all think it's okay for I know I'm totally turning it around. Do you think it's okay for the girl to be taking pictures with the shark?
Yes.
You're okay with
Okay.
it?
Okay. Yeah.
This is
So
a big deal
there's
to
that
me.
really massive great white shark in Hawaii that's swimming around,
Oh,
and
really?
there is
Oh.
it's all over the news about how this massive, very old great white shark, an old grandma shark, she's swimming around Oahu.
They think she might be pregnant. They think either she's grandma
Yeah,
or
she
she's
is.
pregnant.
She massive shark.
And then the first pictures that came out of the chick touching her,
Yeah.
and she's like all
The
over
diver
it,
just
like-
goes down. This chick goes down, starts petting it and taking pictures and stuff like that.
And then she starts out with, they want to be petted and they want to be all this, and
Yeah, they're
like,
social creatures. Says
and-
that.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I thought you were saying that. And yeah, she's saying that, and I'm like, all I can think of is like frat boys like jumping in, being like, "They're social creatures," and like jumping in and being like, "Let's pet them." I'm like, this is not a good idea. So, just thinking about that, I'm just like, do you think it's a good idea?
Joy says, "Leave the shark alone."
I kind of feel that way too. I mean, but
okay.
however, it was scratching the boat. She says because the shark was scratching the boat.
25 feet underwater.
Thank
She was
you.
in scuba stuff.
She has this thing where she's saying that the shark came up to the boat, which is not really a thing with sharks. That they straight up come to your boat.
Yeah, they don't really just hang
and,
out
like,
at your boat. They start cuddling it.
I'm like, that doesn't seem like a shark. That seems like
Yeah.
a buck in heat when you throw some buck hanging on there. or some
Okay,
buck-
but I got something I got to say about that because I totally understand and I wholeheartedly agree
It's a
with that.
mammal.
Don't touch the shark.
Just I'm like,
I have to be open and honest about this
You
one. I
would touch
totally
the
agree
shark.
with not touching things in nature. You leave nature
Yes,
alone, let
Peter.
nature do its thing.
Peter.
However,
Copperhead.
it is a personal thing of mine, and I know this is a lot of people, it's not an excuse, it's not right, but I do have a personal thing about touching every single
Everything.
thing that I can touch. We make fun of me in our previous series of videos in Cozumel on the first one. I'm touching everything. I'm touching birds, I'm touching... In fact, in 2 weeks, we have a video coming out that is dedicated entirely to touching things in Cozumel and why I should not be touching things because I get my comeuppance in the video coming up.
and I get double comeuppance, and I don't touch things.
Yeah, she did in that video. So yeah, I don't agree with touching things. However, at the same time, I touch them all the time. I like to think I have some experience. Again, you're going to see what happens when you don't use that experience and go against what you're supposed to do.
And your daughter's just
So yeah,
sad.
I would want to touch the shark. I'm not going to, I wholeheartedly disagree with anybody going out there. I disagree with me going out and doing it. Am I going to do it if given the opportunity? Yeah, I'm touching that shark. So
I mean,
I don't know where to, I'm not going to lie about that. I want to touch that shark. I want that on my bucket list. I would do it once and then I'm good. I don't ever need to do it again.
kind of like my situation with SeaWorld now. I'm like so against it, but I do want Savannah to go. I'm like,
Mr. Tony Bishop,
saw a blackfish, and I'm like,
good to see you, sir.
not cool.
Appreciate you stopping in. He says, social as in they eat together. Hey, at lunch today, let's do divers.
That's right? I mean, like, she was alone. They're like, oh, so they were having brunch on a blue whale carcass. That's kind of weird. And so the divers were all, oh,
Yeah, they do eat
just
together.
weird.
I
I
mean,
mean,
they get together for a meal.
totally agree, sir. I really like
Good
your
call,
comment. Love it. Love
Nice. Yeah, Peter says,
Weird.
I touch. That's why they call it the I touch.
it. There is this shirt, Peter, and I loved it, and you would agree with me. I have a mustache and I touch things. It should have been like that, but that would be so pervy. No, it
I
wasn't.
want a
And-
shirt
and
that
I know
says that.
things, but it would have been pervy if it said I touch things. Like, oh.
So if I made a T-shirt,
No.
I've got merch and stuff like that in the description down below. If I made a T-shirt that said I have a mustache and I touch things, you think that'd sell?
No, because then you'd think that you had a van and candy.
I want a van. I don't like candy though.
No, they ran out of your T-shirt, Peter. We're getting yours. So. His is
Thumbs
cool.
up if I should do I have a mustache and I touch things T-shirt.
It's creepy. And I have a van.
The picture of me hanging out in a van
That's just so creepy.
with a fishing rod.
That's like how Savannah catfishes. That's disgusting. With candy.
Oh,
With candy.
that's a video you guys are going to see me make. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm teaching Savannah how to cast her rod, and to do it, I put a little thing on the end of the, with the weights, and I take her out in the yard and have her cast it, and she casts it at the cat, and then she, the cat chases it as she reels it in. She catches the cat, and we call it cat fishing. She was filming for a show, and this is Joy Stewart, and she also says, creepy. Okay.
Yeah,
Creepy, no dice on that one then.
right. Everything she says is, she says one thing, and then she said the show thing. First, she's like, it's just nature and it's natural, and I'm just,
Creepy.
what?
Yeah, okay.
I agree.
So
I agree.
it's a wine talking. I have lots and lots of ideas. I can't tell the difference between what's a good idea and what's a bad idea. So that's why I'm throwing that kind of stuff out there. I need you guys to tell me,
Definitely
hey,
not.
you're being a creep. Please don't put out the mustache touch shirt.
No, it's just gross.
Yeah, saying that, so I actually I can hear
can
myself
hear it
saying
now?
it now, and I can hear, there's a lot of bad to that.
It's not-
My mindset on it is I like touching sea urchins and starfish and
Still, and now it's just kind of-
barracuda. Pet a barracuda once,
Yeah, no, you're just kind of,
and I had a mustache.
you keep line stepping. You're just a line stepper.
I'm a line stepper. I do
It's
that.
just not. It's just, back it up, really, then.
Be a little less creepy, sir.
Back it up, sir.
Dodgy.
Very dodgy. In my opinion.
All right, so I'm gonna have to come up with some $1 million T-shirt idea. And if that's not gonna be it, maybe it'll be Grandma Shark.
I don't,
No?
I mean,
One of these days, I'm gonna have $1 million T-shirt idea.
it's been done. It's Baby Shark. It's been done.
Yeah, baby shark. Okay, yeah. So maybe it should be sharks are social creatures.
And they eat together.
they eat
I like
together.
that. And then we could put like brunch, and I can have that big blue whale.
Oh, Tony.
We can all take credit for it because I want the big blue whale on there, and that could be their little brunch.
Oh man, make it like the Last Supper
Yeah,
painting.
like the big grandma shark is there, right? And we have the big long blue whale, and then we have the grandma shark, and then we have like a tiger shark, like kind of like Bruce from
Yes.
Dory. And we have like all the little shark personalities, and then like the nurse shark. Is
All
like,
the different
"Oh,
kinds of
just got
sharks
left
sitting,
alone."
and we
Yeah.
could even have like the shark Jesus and the shark Mary in an M shape.
And then like the basking shark. Like, I'm gonna eat too much.
There's my T-shirt, guys, right there. Last Supper, with all the sharks at a table with blue whale.
And yeah, the nurse shark falls asleep. I forgot. Oh, and then I heard
Wait,
something.
hold on one second here. Tony Bishop says, "You got the cash? Touch the stash."
That's so disgusting.
And he said it just like how I said it there. That was a quote. On a serious note, what are your plans for the channel in 2019? Man, Will, I appreciate that.
Not
Real
this.
quick, hold on one
It's not
second,
this.
just before I tackle that. Peter says, "A shark that eats together stays together." Okay, yeah, that might be a T-shirt in and of itself.
I do like that.
Okay, so serious note, channel thoughts for 2019. We're going to be doing a lot of fishing. We're going to expand outside of that slightly with a little bit of hunting, maybe like 2% hunting versus fishing. A lot of fishing. We're going to try to adventure more. We're going to go out camping. We're going to go try to be successful at freshwater fishing. We are looking at some sponsorships right now. We'll see how that turns. That's all the business stuff, though. What are we actually going to be doing? What are your thoughts? What are we doing? We're going to do some how-to videos, and we're going to do some top 5 videos, because we have to do that. That's one of those things you do to grow a YouTube channel. So when you see me doing, or when you see us doing some of those kind of generic-looking videos, that's what we're doing. It's one of those things you have to do to keep the channel going.
Well, I would hope that we're able to do some more snorkeling. Clearly.
Yes, you're going to see a lot more underwater from us, for sure.
Again, but doing that requires not less work, but you know what I'm saying, like more free time. Any free time we have as a family, we spend as a family. So sometimes if we're not doing this, it's because we're with each other, and we don't want to be, not to be rude,
Yeah.
but taping each other. We want to actually be with Savannah, and right now Savannah is sleeping. So that's why we're doing that right now.
I think we're going to try to push the envelope just a little bit and try to get to, like, we spent a lot of time in Port Aransas. We're going to spend time in Port Aransas. But we spent a lot of time, Pins, Mustang Island, Port Aransas. I think we might try to do a little
or
like
Austin.
Matagorda. We're going to try a little bit farther up north.
I want to do Austin.
Austin. We're going to branch out as far as
Freshwater,
area
for
wise.
sure. I would say freshwater.
We're definitely going to do some freshwater. Thinking I haven't finalized this because we haven't actually started the next
Are you doing
season.
this because it's bothering me?
But I'm thinking about maybe creating a little bit of a goal for ourselves as far as like how much weight we've. I don't know. I don't have a solution to it yet, but I think we're going to try and come up with a season goal, and
Well,
then
like-
have some fun trying to get to that goal.
Curious, what kind of are you
Joy,
guys-
absolute pleasure, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Always love having you, ma'am. You have a wonderful evening.
Well, what kind of hunting? Is it only like you're just only interested in
Well,
deer?
we're already doing a nilgai hunt. We've been
about
trying to get a buck. I haven't got a deer. We haven't got any deer, but I'm going to keep trying on that. And we got hogs down here all the time. So this is meat we're going to put in the freezer. We might as well film it.
My position on it is anything we get, it goes in the freezer. It's not.
Yeah.
We're
Like
not
we're
looking
going to
for
be doing this
trophy
stuff.
things.
So
Clearly, it goes in our freezer. Anything that we catch, fishing, hunting, anything, we're gonna make a meal of it.
we might as well make a
Whether it
video
be
out of
Peter,
doing that.
Paul, and Paul Senior rabbits, we're eating it.
We got some pigs to kill if you're willing, William. I am always
Please.
willing. I am always down
Do
on
a
pigs,
A
man.
night hunt would be fun.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Jimmy C and friends, absolute pleasure, sir. Very much appreciate having you here, man. How are you doing? And how are the friends? We're just talking, fishing, kind of hanging out, and just same old thing, nothing new. We're just exchanging fishing stories and discussing sharks. It was kind of like a major topic of conversation. We've had some discussions about what would make an awesome shark t-shirt design. I thought I had a good one, and then
Very
everybody else started jumping in and telling me all these other wonderful ideas.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, this is exactly why I do these live streams, so that I can steal y'all's ideas and make awesome t-shirts.
And we make sure that I do not make pervy shirts.
And don't make pervy shirts. I learned my lesson on that one.
Negative.
Yeah, hey man, very glad to hear that. It's been a long one here, been a long couple of days. And as usual, you guys are wonderful. I very much appreciate y'all allowing me to vent and decompress and everything from work. This is my relaxation.
Thanks.
Yes, it's you guys. I can't think of anything else in my life that I find quite as relaxing. I love you. This is our anniversary celebration here. We have been together for 27 years.
I was in a box for 22 of them.
No, it's been we got together in 2004, so this is 14 years.
No, we didn't get together in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
Peter and Amber did. We were friends.
No, we worked at Knuckleheads in 2000.
I know we were friends for a
We
year.
worked at Knuckleheads at 2004?
Peter.
Yeah, we got together in September
we
2004.
were friends for a year. They were already dating.
Yeah, I hired you in April, and then I paid you to be my friend in September.
Not together. Thank you. Okay, that's so much better. I'm like, we're not together, sir.
It cost a pretty penny. Believe
got
it or not,
fired.
this was an expensive person to have as
You
a
were
friend.
fired.
I was fired. Yes. But I wasn't fired until after I hired her. Best hire of my life and worst.
Thank you so much. Turning out to be the best anniversary of my life.
Oh, let's see. Jimmy C says, my wife used to say I put her on the shelf.
Like Chip, our elf?
like
I don't understand.
like the elf.
I know, it's like Chip.
Were you not allowed to touch her? Like,
Would she disappear at night?
did you not have a
Did she go
mustache?
to Santa? Was she in it?
That's funny stuff.
I'm sorry. We're kind of...
Peter says it was 2004. I think it was the same for both of us. Yeah, we were right. We were just a couple months apart.
Yeah, because y'all were dating and we were friends. That was I remember that. Peter
Yeah, he
Amber-
said, yeah, he's right about that. He says it was a difference of like a month, and I think he's
Yeah.
dead on about that. We got together right at the same time.
Yeah, because we were hanging out and they were dating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were,
Yeah, we were all hanging out at Knuckleheads together.
But
I'm allowed to say that, right? They don't exist anymore.
yeah, they don't exist.
I'm not going to get
I don't
sued
really
for
care
that.
if they do
I
or
hope
not. No
not.
offense. All
I know that's not real. Like, you don't get sued for that kind of thing, but God, you gotta be careful sometimes.
No, because remember, we were best friends, and then we actually got together.
Actually,
Oh, you're right. We had already
me and
been
Nick
friends.
and Jed were best friends. You were, you know.
Yeah, with
You
my
got in
little
there
malt
quick.
soldiers, I almost was.
The St. Pauli's girls.
I was almost best friends.
What? With Nick?
I didn't say that.
Don't.
That's gross.
Yeah, don't be
Say
gross.
that.
Don't be gross.
Don't do that.
Nick, you here, man? Are you? Oh, he's the one that was texting earlier.
No, I didn't. That's not. Don't do that.
I'm kidding. Nick's right here. He's our
He's
buddy.
always with us. Nick is always with us.
Nick is always with us.
Just like Peter's up there, Kayla's up there. Our bar photos.
That's what consists of the family photos.
Baby me.
Is a picture of Nick. We got a picture of Peter and Luke.
The dog.
A picture of Kayla and a picture of a bar.
No, a picture of
And a
me
picture of Rachel.
and Zach and a beer and a picture of Sean, Mom, and myself taking a Jaeger bomb.
And I got a bottle of whiskey and some cigars.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Oh wait, I'm 6, or no, I think I'm 5. That is probably bad. Huh?
Is it too forward of me to say that you make a very, very wonderful looking 5-year-old?
That's gross. That is so gross.
I can't say I'm married to you. I can't say that?
No, you can't. It is still, you know what's bad about this picture? It's Bud. Yeah, oh, you know what? I know why it's Bud, because Uncle John was there.
She's bringing over a picture of herself when she was younger.
No, I'm not, actually. I mean, the sad part is, this. Does anybody else find this? If you're from Wisconsin, you understand. Except for Lite spells beer. Okay, pull it back.
That's you as that's you the baby, or yeah, because that's your mom. That's your mom. Okay, I can't tell. Hey guys, FYI, just so you know, we got 7 thumbs up in here, and thank you very much for that, guys. Anybody who dropped a thumbs up, very much appreciate you guys. Thank you. It really helps with the YouTube analytics and all that fun stuff.
Seriously.
Like we were saying last time, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but YouTube, like, they judge you based on your thumbs up, and as soon as you end that stream, if you don't get at least like 8 thumbs up, this little lady jumps in the window back here and starts hitting you with a cane. And it's not that bad because it's just a tiny little cane, but it kind of stings. So just in case you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, be aware of that.
Ask Peter what's shaking in Waco in 2 weeks.
Peter, Rachel wants me to ask you, what is shaking in Waco in 2 weeks? And I was talking to Mom earlier. She was saying that Amber might be coming down this weekend. I wasn't aware of that. Is that the case?
Sorry.
Yeah, we kind of had some ideas on things we wanted to do. Rachel's going up to Austin this weekend, so yeah, so we're trying to see what our plans are there.
In bed and sleeping, and she just screamed.
Yes, yeah, dude, she needs to get kicked out of that bed.
Well, she's sleeping.
Yeah, in the wrong bed. She does not need to be in there. I want to go to bed. I'm going to bed in 15 minutes. I do not want to have to drag her out of there by the ankles again.
Right. I know. I was like, fingers crossed this weekend they aren't coming down.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that on the way home this afternoon.
And Savvy too, because she was super upset.
Peter says he doesn't know, hasn't been home in 2 weeks. Aw, and then he says LOL, but he should have done a little like crying face. Mr. Allen Outdoors, how are you doing, man? Absolute pleasure having you here tonight. What you been up to? I tell you what you've been up to. You've been up to doing a bunch of awesome giveaways and contests on your channels that I have not yet won.
56.
What's up with that, man?
I'm sorry, that was Jake.
Nick, finally, man. I've been waiting to see. We've been talking about you this entire. Look, we even have a picture of you. We've been talking about you. All terrible, terrible things. And you haven't been here to defend yourself. We got Peter. I think William's in the chat. He's been hanging out back and forth here. I don't know if he's still here or not, but everybody's kind of hanging out and having a good time.
And Savannah names all of her dolls Ruby, so pass that on.
Oh, yeah. So Savannah has dolls named Ruby, and she has, what's that little, you know, the poop emoji thing? She calls hers Nick or something, right? No, I'm kidding.
What are you,
It's not, I don't know.
not
I'm
even appropriate.
trying to be comical.
It's not funny.
I'm not working? Okay, then you're going to have to be the funny one because I'm not doing very good at it. Tall order, I know. I require no defense. how long you been on. We've been on for 50 minutes, and we're going to be going for about another 10 minutes, and then we'll be getting out of here. Not too much longer.
Say it, as anyone can tell you.
You guys are giving me
too
some
long.
awesome therapy after a very long week. I thank you very much. I'm going to use your time for the full hour, 10 more minutes, and then I will release you from your requirements.
Wait. Okay, remember? Okay, some of you remember how Paul bought the aquarium light to help us sleep, and then it
Fail.
freaked me out, and I had nightmares that I was an iguana all night. Okay, so Kayla,
Okay, hold on a second. I'll show you what Kayla
this
is
has
doing
been going on for about 30 minutes.
to this light down here.
It's freakish.
She's just staring at it.
And her little cataract eyes. Oh, baby Kayla. It's the sound. It just mesmerizes you and makes you crazy.
Yeah, it's got a terrible,
God.
terrible sound to it.
Oh.
It's not too bad on the
It's not
looks,
doing anything.
but the sound is just miserable.
It's literally not doing anything. Why is it even on? Besides to just harass our dog.
What is this? I got a bunch of crap on the screen. I don't know how to get away from it.
You probably just ended your stream, buddy.
Oh, I didn't end it. It's still going, but I don't know what's going on here.
I'm like, oh, what is that?
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
That is a fiasco of your own doing.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, but
That's terrible. Oh wait, you know what? You could see it. Like look in the thing. You can see it.
yeah, you can see a little bit of
right
every time
there.
you put your hand like over here.
No, up there. Like you see it. Right.
Can you see
there.
it? Oh.
Right there. You see it right there.
That crazy looking blue light?
That's the only.
Kayla
part of
almost
it.
looked guilty. She
Oh,
can't see
that's
the
just
cataracts and
Kayla.
everything. Oh, look at this. Now I've got a smudge on the. Did her nose touch the thing?
I'm sorry.
Guys, I gotta tell you, you guys are really
Stuck. She's so stuck.
like this is the level of professionalism that you have grown accustomed to watching on a live stream.
And the sad part is, I've offered to buy him cameras. Well, then what will we do? So
Yeah, I
want
can't
to do
edit
it where
them.
we can have it where when I'm reeling in and when I'm not getting. You're using a beauty blender. No, don't. Oh.
There we go.
If
Good
any
as
of
new.
you out there know what a beauty blender does or is, he just used.
Yeah,
a
I just
blender.
beauty blended the screen. Now it looks 4K.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
What?
It has makeup on it. Well, now you're filtered.
That explains why I look so sharp.
Go here.
Yeah, I mean, actors do it. They need makeup, so I just applied some makeup to the lens. I didn't have to put it all over my face.
Dude, that thing is freaking me out too. It is like she really has been sitting over here for like.
Can you hear that thing grinding?
Oh my god, I can't.
That thing is a miserable
It's
nightmare at
making me
night.
insane. Can I please? This is what happened last
That's what
time.
you did last time. Yeah, you had to.
I
You
did.
touched it and then you had to shut it off.
And I touched it last time, and the entire camera fell forward, and everybody was like, "Why do we just have to see her?" Never mind. That
Yeah.
was a bad scene, dude.
I
don't think you're even live streaming right now.
Yeah, no, it is streaming. I just don't know. I don't know if I can see the chat right now.
Ooh, I cannot stand it.
Would one of you guys mind sending it, like putting something on there real quick, like in the chat? My screen just messed up when I touched the camera, and now I'm like, I don't know if I'm able to see the chat.
Okay, she finally got out of the K-hole.
Yep, Kayla finally was. She
Yeah,
just
okay,
had
buddy?
it. She's done with that
can't
light
move
now.
her
She didn't want to have
back
anything to do with it anymore.
She can't move her back leg.
What did she do?
She's going like this.
Okay, so Kayla's stomping around on the ground.
No, she's not stomping around. 'Cause
Oh, there it is. Okay, I do have chat. I've just only got it for a tiny little portion of the screen here. This next week, we really need to get together. Stumbled across a lot of stuff you'll be interested in, Will. I'm all about it, man. I've got a couple of weird meetings. I've got a meeting with another YouTube channel on Saturday. I'm going to work on some stuff with him. And then on Monday, I have another meeting. I can't really get into that one. I'm lining meetings up left and right, Will, but let's get it on the dock. What are you doing this weekend, Will? Kind of curious. I might have some free time. Rachel and Savannah going to Austin.
So it's party time.
No, I'm not making it party time.
No,
Let's
I'm just joking.
I've got a meeting with that other guy on Saturday. Let's just go ahead and have a YouTube meeting day. I'm going to be working on the house. I'm not just going to be doing a bunch of meetings and stuff, but
Sorry.
let's line it all up.
Like a good dad.
What?
Dad said, in the words of
Oh.
his colleagues, it was muy frío.
Coming back from Houston Saturday morning or tomorrow morning?
That's my breakfast.
Hey, Too Fat to Hunt. What's going? Oh man, dude, it is always awesome to have you in here, man. You're just killer at livening up a stream, man. Awesome to have you here, dude. Thank you for joining us. Aside from that, my weekend should be clear. Cool. My weekend is a little up in the air, just so you know. Just to be fair, I'm a little bit packed tomorrow. Oh, you'll be back tomorrow. Okay, cool. So, I am on call at work all weekend. So I can't, I don't know when I'm going to have to work if I have to work. But other than being on call, I'm free to go. And like I said, I got a meeting with that other guy Saturday morning. That's going to take a couple of hours. I'm expecting it to be an hour or two. Other than that, I'm pretty open to whatever we need to do, because I do want to get together. I need to get this other one out of the way, and then that's about it. And I have no plans. I don't need to go fishing. I don't need to film anything. I wouldn't mind get up early, go shoot a deer if I can.
That's fun.
But I went out twice last weekend, and I failed miserably. I got nothing.
I'm sorry. I think that any opportunity you have to get anything, you should.
Yeah, but that's easy. I get out at 5. I come back at 7. I still have time for a meeting with the other guy, and then I can get together with Will after that. A live stream Saturday night. We'll just have a big YouTube weekend. It's going to be -40 tomorrow morning. -40? Is that like an auto text thing or something where there's a minus sign in front of the number? That didn't even sound like a real number.
Is my dad on there?
No, your dad's not.
My dad's like,
it'd be awesome if he was.
Muy frío. You should see how my dad spells muy
-40.
frío.
I don't even know what that's like, man. I've never seen. I saw -17 once.
You were in, remember whenever you were in the car and you're like, what does that mean, Sean? I'm so
Yeah.
And my brother was just like, hey, he'd had enough of us that night, I think. And you're like, what's wrong with your thermometer? It's right.
It's broken.
Cold.
It's broken. It's on the wrong side of 0. It's not supposed to do that. Those aren't real numbers. That's like when you're in school. Like, remember imaginary numbers? Remember, like,
bring a coat.
Like algebra. Those things that just aren't real. That's what
it was Wisconsin in November, and you didn't bring a coat.
No, I didn't own a coat.
Whoa. Back it up.
Here we go.
Take the train back to the station. Come on. Polar Express. Back it up. Peacoat, Austin, you got one.
Oh, I did have the peacoat.
I bought
You're
you
right.
3. Luke's bought you 1. So let's not do this. You didn't bring one. You brought a hoodie and a swag sweater. That's not my fault. Thinking you look like John Denver or something in a weird little sad turtle.
If anybody wonders why I drink,
it's me.
it's this.
Anyways, so yeah, you don't do that. I told you. Just saying. Now you want to wonder about that.
We were in a little bit of a rush. I'm sure there was a reason I didn't have a coat.
I agree, but your coats are all out. Mine aren't.
Yeah.
And funny and oddly enough, speaking of the opposite end of that, my dad spells
Too fat, I know.
muy frío. I'm too fat?
Yeah. No, you don't. No, I did not say you're too fat. No. Too, like PHAT.
That's not even a thing, dude.
No, I said you're more like 2 fads. Like, 1 fad is awesome,
You
but
need
you're
to
like
stop.
2 of them.
Listen to how my dad says muy frío. MUI.
Too Fat says it is terrible. -40 degrees. It's hard to catch your breath and everything breaks.
I can't move my fingers when it's even like in the 20s.
Yeah, for reference, when we get into the plus 50s,
I know Wisconsin even
I wear
here,
gloves. I can't.
If I have gloves, even when we're here and it does get real cold, and especially when I'm in Wisconsin, my fingers. I have spinal stenosis and radial nerve damage, so I can't. It's like I feel ridiculous.
Yeah, she touches my face like that whenever.
I do. I'm like, Edward Scissorhands. I wish. So yeah, no. I mean, it's awful. So I can't even imagine being that cold.
Yeah, I can't either.
It's awful. And when we go up there, and Savannah went there when she was a baby, and she's just like loving it. What's wrong with you, baby? What kind of baby are you?
What's the matter with that baby?
Something was wrong with her. She was just like, "Ooh, this is fun."
I can't. I give you guys a lot of credit. Like, I couldn't do that. Now I do 110.
Yeah, we can do that standing on our heads.
But I can't do 30. When it freezes here,
I can do 30. It's horrible.
like, I'm done.
It's the wind.
I'm done in the 50s.
I mean, it's when I go to Wisconsin, it's the worst.
It is dry. I will say that. It's okay. So it is super
It's a
super humid
dry
here.
heat.
So cold is a little bit different here because of the humidity. So, it's not just that I can't handle 50 degrees. I can't handle 50 degrees when it's humid.
You can't handle 50 degrees, period.
I can handle dry a little bit better, but I can't handle any of it, period. You're right about that. But oh, that's right. I totally forgot. I meant to say something about that just the other day, and I totally forgot. Yeah, Too Fat to Hunt Outdoors is from Wisconsin.
What part?
Yeah, what part? Are you northwest? You're up there by J&C, right? Or am I wrong about that?
My brother is.
I saw you talking about that the other
Barneveld.
day, and I wanted. Yeah, okay, yeah.
I was
So her
born in-
family's in Barneveld.
No,
Barneveld.
my brother is. I was born in Monroe. I was born there.
She's born in Monroe.
My parents were from like lower south Janesville.
And then her aunt lived on the Wolf River.
Wolf River. She's from her last place she lived was in Shawano, but she was from Eau Claire. So we've kind of been all over the place, but mainly south, I guess southwest. And the other aunt, my other favorite
he's
aunt,
30 minutes from Monroe.
Oh, awesome! My other favorite aunt lives in Rockford. She's awesome, and my cousins live out there too. So
All over the place.
well, it's kind of the same spot. It's the same spot.
Yeah, Nick brings up a heck of a point. He is absolutely right about this. I do not do cold. I absolutely cannot handle cold, but
Put him in a wetsuit.
no, it doesn't even have to be
what you're saying?
no, it doesn't have to be a wetsuit. If I'm in the water, I handle cold water
Fine.
very well.
Agreed.
Really weird like that.
Agreed. And same thing. Once I'm in the water, I'm cool.
Um,
Oh, he's talking about that Thanksgiving when we went surfing.
William said he lived in Wauwatosa. You know where that is? I hadn't heard of that one.
There's a lot of wall.
Yeah, it's Wa.
No
Everything.
offense. There's a
Wait,
lot of
is it
wall.
Wauwatosa or was it Wawawiku?
Washoba? What?
Washoba.
Help me out. Too fat. I mean, help me out.
Oh,
Here.
that was William. William said he lived in Wauwatosa.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying help me out, too fat, because he would know more of the names than I would. Because I went to go. I always tell this.
I
story.
went to Milwaukee.
I always tell this lame story. I went to go, and I was like, I want to go to Whitewater like my parents.
Oh, okay. It's right outside of Milwaukee.
Okay, and I was like, oh, I want to go to there, and we're there, and she's like noticing, and she goes, you have on these socks, and I'm like, and whatever, and so we move on with the tour, and she's like looking at me like I'm a fool already, and then we're discussing things, and she says, are there questions you have, as we're probably maybe like not even at like a third to the campus. You know what Mom told you? Like, we weren't even like across the quad or whatever, and I said, are there like tunnels? And the lady looks at me and she said, what do you mean? I said, well, when it snows, are there tunnels to get to the buildings? And I thought my mom was just going to die of embarrassment. So, yeah, that didn't work out well for me. So, yes, that's why I did not go to school in Wisconsin.
I love this one right here. Let's see.
Is it an embarrassing rental?
Yeah, Nick, I remember that when you went to Milwaukee. We went to, we've been to a couple places. I've been a couple of times now. Too Fat to Hunt Outdoors says Madison, Albany, New Glarus. Love New Glarus.
Oh, we love it.
Judah and Broadhead.
Broadhead. Actually, that's where my mom and dad, that's where I used to live.
Isn't that where John was from?
No, he's from Illinois. That's actually where I used to live. My mom and
Broadhead.
dad lived there, and my mom and dad taught there. No, my mom and dad taught in Orfordville.
Orfordville. Yeah, I remember that one.
Know that one? My grandparents live in Orfordville, and my parents taught in Orfordville.
I am going to
We
say
used to live in Broadhead.
I am a born and bred Texan. I love Texas. I love everything Texas. I will say I have always, even before meeting Rachel, not even that Rachel got me into this one, I've always been a Milwaukee Bucks fan. I've always liked that basketball team. I can go back, Todd Day, Glenn Robinson III, big fan, Lou Alcindor, you name it, dude.
Were you always a
I
Pac?
can talk Bucks
Wait.
basketball.
Were you always a Pac fan, though?
I was a Pac fan in the 90s, yeah. Always liked Brett Favre.
Do you remember how that Brett Favre wouldn't stop talking when we tried to throw it away?
The toy.
Back in Mississippi when I was voted MIP. Remember that? Oh, my God.
When he was doing the radio interviews.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't stop. That was
Hey,
insane.
Mr. Tony Bishop, sir, it is an absolute pleasure. I want to thank you very much for joining us, man. You have a wonderful evening, and we will catch you in the next one, sir.
This is probably one of the worst live streams I've ever seen. And I apologize to everyone in it. Gonna have to say it right
Too
now.
Fat says, nice. Oh, yeah, all places I'm familiar with. Heck yeah. Go Bucks, Brewers. I like the Brewers, too.
I do
And
like the
Oakland Raiders. I don't like Oakland. I don't like the Oakland Raiders.
Curly. That was my grandpa was in love with this guy.
But
Curly
you're-
something or other.
You're all of those except that. I understand Oakland. I don't disrespect anybody who wants to be a fan of that team. I am just not a fan.
I like their coach.
And I'm not a fan of Oakland.
Personally, I like their coach.
I think we'll see what Gruden's got.
Oh, he's got it.
He's weird. He's just weird.
Not that. Well, look at our coach right
I
now.
want you to take this football, and I want you to sit on that shelf over there.
I'm just gonna sit over here
and tell me about what do you think about this double dog 3-3 play?
Or I'm just gonna sit over here.
That's
and not
my
do
best
shit
impersonation
and let Aaron
of Johnny
Rodgers play
Gruden.
when he doesn't have to play and get a concussion, wreck his arm, do whatever. Rein his fucking ass in. I'm not paying $47 million.
Hey, watch the language. You can offend people. Speaking of cold in Milwaukee, I got stranded there. Nick, you've been stranded everywhere. Get out of here. You got stranded in California. You've been stranded on the beach. You've been stranded in Corpus. I swear they had the air conditioners on at 50-degree weather, you know? Yeah. I hear you on that one. They don't even own air conditioners up there.
No,
they own heaters for everything. We got air conditioners,
They give
something
away
to
fans.
cool the air in the houses down here. Heaters, we use a couple of days
We
a
don't
year.
even have heaters half the time in ours.
Yeah, we don't use it. I mean, we have one. We just installed one. Don't really use it.
No.
But yeah, they don't even...
No. A lot of times, like, a lot of deaths in the summer when it's global warming. Thank you. Sorry about the swearing. I had to step out of the room for that.
Dog was scratching at the door.
And the swearing.
Yeah, Nick says I don't travel well.
You
I don't play well with others.
And clearly neither do I. I had to step out of the room. That picture is on the fridge.
What Nick says, yell each to say, you know. I don't know what that means. Oh, tell Rach to say, you know. You know.
No, I'm not going to do it. No.
You know. Oh, you do. You say it like that. You know. You got that little Dallas accent.
No, we had a huge fight at school. God, it was the worst.
What?
The fight on Thursday, the other day, where I couldn't leave school.
Oh, don't get into that. No, we're not talking work. We're not
about
talking
how
work.
horrible they're like.
Peter's laughing.
Casey was so mad, she even busted out with the accent.
I love you, baby. Your hair. The
It's
Wisconsin.
a hot
Oh,
mess,
is it?
isn't it?
I don't know if it's a Wisconsin accent, Nick. It's kind of like half and half, like a little bit of Wisconsin, a little bit of Dallas. It's kind of weird sometimes. Other times, not weird.
It's a mutant accent.
It's a mutant accent.
Because the Wisconsin people will not claim me at all.
Well, the people from Beloit.
Oh!
Burn you,
Sick
Beloit.
burn! Sick burn.
Yeah.
I love my Beloit cousins. They're amazing.
Lou Alcindor. Okay, I can do that, right? Like,
That's a bit neck.
it's what?
It's a bit neck.
It's a bit Nake.
Neck. I'm not gonna do it.
So, guys, on that note, I tell you what, we're going to go ahead and call it. It has been a long day. I want to thank you guys very much for letting me decompress and have a wonderful evening with you guys. As always, it is an absolute pleasure to get to spend a little bit of time with you guys. And I thank you very much for everything that you do for us. All of your support on the channel really, really means a lot. We've come an amazing direction in the last 8 months. Thank you guys for that. Got a new video coming out. As I'm sitting here and saying all this, all of a sudden now fishing and stuff comes in. Man,
Yeah,
been
man,
way
stop.
too long. I want to thank you very much for jumping in and saying hi. I'm
You just
afraid we
low-key
are
did.
shutting this guy down,
Just necked you.
but it is an absolute pleasure having you here, sir. And he says no, like no. Like, I know you're shutting this thing down, but no, now you got to keep going.
Yes.
No, we're not saying goodbye.
It's awesome.
They said, you know, all the time up there.
whenever
That's
we
the
do
Canadian.
thing. Oh, yeah. Whenever Sean does it, you know.
Eh?
You know. Sean's the worst. I can't do it.
Yeah, no.
I can't do it because all he does is swear.
Oh, Nick says no, too. Everybody's saying no, like we don't get to get off.
Because we're the worst.
I can, yeah, no.
Because we're the worst.
I don't understand why you would want.
Nick is already here in spirit, and then he
Fishing and stuff says no, don't end it. I missed it again. Okay, I tell you what, I got a little bit of wine left. We'll keep going for a little bit here.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, well,
But then you're gonna have to go through my like whole, thank you again at the end of the video kind of deal all over
and
again.
I'm like, apparently yesterday's Tacklebox Talk Wednesday is available on, was it Pacific or what?
Hey, no worries, fishing and stuff. Hey, it's just a pleasure having you here, sir. No worries at all, man. Thank you very much for coming.
Clearly,
I have not seen your welding video yet, but I'm a fan of all of your content, so you can expect an awesome comment on that video just as soon as I get an opportunity to.
So I was like,
Oh, he says we thought we ended it. Nope, we're still going.
Oh, still going.
You guys wouldn't let us. You said no, so okay.
Yeah,
keep
because
going.
I was saying how I came home and I saw that bottle. I'm like, somebody remembered our anniversary.
Yep,
How cute.
but I didn't.
He did not at all.
I forgot.
It was all about Livestream.
Just leave the camera running while you sleep. Got ideas on that, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, retention.
Yeah,
it's all about
creepy.
retention. True North Angler.
It had nothing
Absolute
to do with
pleasure
retention.
having you
It
here,
had
man.
all
How are
about
you
just
doing?
Creepy.
I gotta say, I love having all you guys from up north on here. It's kind of weird. Like I expected
No, it's the best.
to do
For
like
me, it's the best.
a year ago. I thought we were going to be having this whole thing with like saltwater guys, and it's not. It's been entirely like Wisconsin, Minnesota, Mississippi,
Because
Louisiana.
They know they're fishing. Can I please?
And I'm loving it. I'm loving
right.
every minute of it. It's been a really nice change from what I thought. And yes, ma'am,
Can
I'm
I
sorry.
brag on that real quick?
What are you writing on?
You know how to brag on. Can I get my picture?
What are you getting?
Papa. Maybe.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Rachel's got to brag about an awesome fishing trip that she
Nope.
did,
I just want to show one picture.
and it's well worth it.
No, this is just a little. It's just
She's
a
really
little,
proud of it.
it's
So
not-
so
it's
she
not
wants
even
to
a
show you
brag
guys the
pic.
photo.
No, it's not even a brag pic. It's just.
It is. It is.
No, it's just a. No, it's just a everyday in Wisconsin pic. If you're from Wisconsin, you know that's an everyday.
Let's get it an angle. You can see it okay there.
It's just a me and my dad and my grandpa, who I love, who's not here anymore. So that's just all. Every
Peter
day.
Peter took one look at this and he says, "I got a stash and I touch things."
It's an everyday at Wisconsin pic.
I know. I am a miserable failure at freshwater. I plan on changing that soon, but I see that and I'm like, oh
You know what?
man, I want in on that.
Your wife is clearly in on that. And
I know that.
You have a turducken in one picture of your
Yeah, I get that, but you have not produced that for me.
You haven't taken me anywhere.
I've taken you to Colito Creek. We have been to Lake Waco. We've been to Lake Mathis, but not in a while.
I wasn't at Lake Waco, and I was.
Oh,
Saying, remember that?
I'm just saying you were in the vicinity close enough to where we can claim it.
I need a structure. I need it to be.
We need a boat.
Thank you.
We need a boat.
I
We need to make the
depth,
boat
I need
happen.
Structure. If you need me to tell me.
Yeah, she was killing it. She knows what she's doing, man. She can fish. By the way, working on the Suzuki, what pictures was Rachel talking about when she logged in? I got a picture. We got a shelf full of pictures over here, Nick. And the one that she was referring to is this old picture of you and me from back at the, is that Walnut Ridge?
Yeah, we're just saying. Uncle Nick's always
There it
here.
is.
Savannah was like, "There's Uncle Nick picture when he's not Scooby-Doo."
Can you believe like how ugly you got?
She was just saying you didn't look like Fred from Scooby-Doo.
For the record, guys, that one's me.
No, they thought the other one was you.
You never know. Never know.
Well, you don't look like
Peter
Fred.
says, we just need some turbo dough. And Nick's got a boat. What part of Wisconsin you from, Rachel?
Monroe,
Monroe.
South. Clearly, from the accent.
Yeah. She doesn't say A. And that's not a Canadian joke. That's more of a joke to everything we were talking about like 10 minutes ago. We were
Yeah.
discussing Rachel's accent, which has a tendency of floating
No,
from
not really.
territory to territory. She's got a little bit of Dallas. She's got a little bit of Wisconsin. She doesn't really do Canadian.
I do.
You don't have Canadian. You don't have a
No,
Canadian
I do the
accent.
Wisconsin one to make fun.
And then South Texas.
Okay, so there is South Texas has no accent, none. Y'all have nothing. I have a
We prefer to call it non-regional diction.
no. That's for me. Don't do that.
No, I've always called it that.
No, you have not.
Yeah, I did, Nick. Tell her
Anchorman.
that I used to say non-regional diction back on Glazebrook.
How about
I was a
Anchorman?
journalist. We actually had to use that.
I was a flight attendant, sir. We had to do that also.
No, you didn't, because people loved your little southern accents.
No, they did not, because no one likes, open seatbelts, get out.
I don't blame them.
Neither do I.
Bye-bye. Anybody get that reference?
Of course, everybody did, because it's old. Sorry,
It's Chris Farley, right?
No.
Or is it David
It's just
Spade?
like, for sure,
David
Saturday
Spade.
Night Live.
Nick says he accidentally logged out when we showed the picture. Aw, we showed it several times.
Oh, I thought he
I
did
have-
it on purpose.
Nick says, I have dictated such vernacular. I even pronounced the V word correctly. Is that close to
Clearly.
Milwaukee? She's from the South area.
It's about an hour and a half. Well, it's closer to Madison, I would say.
It's south of Madison.
Well, I know it's closer to Madison than Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's just a couple hours north of the border.
No,
Like an hour north of the border?
For Sean's or where I was born.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Sean's. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean's is where I was born. It's about an hour, maybe not even close to an hour.
Okay.
I used to live in Broadhead, and I was born in Monroe,
Broadhead, Monroe area.
Janesville.
I was late. What's the greatest fish you never saw? So, to recap, I went on a fishing trip with my dad when I was in high school.
I actually have seen a whale shark. I didn't.
That's good for you. Nobody cares.
I didn't want to let you down.
I was
but
on a fishing
Dad
trip with my dad right out of high school,
My dad's in watch
and or in high school. We had a day. We caught a bunch of fish, had a box full of fish, and at the end of the afternoon or mid-afternoon, we stopped by the beach, and my family was on the beach. We pulled up, went and had some snacks. We're hanging out with the family, real close to my family. All my cousins are like all my best friends, and we. I was really enjoying hanging out with my family and just kind of being social and that sort of thing. So I opted to stay there rather than go back to port with my dad. And my dad went back with I think it was like my uncle who was on the boat with us. So my dad and my uncle went back. And on their way back, they ran across a massive whale shark. It is the only opportunity I've had in my life at this point in time to see a whale shark. And I totally missed out on it because I opted to hang out with friends, family, rather than finishing off the trip with my dad. And they weren't going to do any more fishing, so I never had an expectation I was going to catch anything. But that one little misstep cost me an opportunity, like a bucket list item. I missed out on that just because I opted to jump the boat and hang out on the beach as opposed to going back to port with my dad. And I mean, he was 7 miles from port. We were not that. We were at Fish Pass, and he was going back to Port Aransas. So I think it's 7 miles. I might be wrong. It might be like 13 miles. Whatever it was, it's not far. It is not far. And I missed out on that. That was one of the greatest miss outs of my life. That is not an actual picture. Yeah, I won't lie about that. That is a proprietary image of a whale shark, not the whale shark, because I wasn't there to take a picture of it.
I actually did.
Rachel saw a whale shark.
I didn't tell you. My dad was like, I need to own up. We went over one and I spotted it.
And you think I'm going to feel better now that I know this?
Well, you already knew it. I told you like a million years ago. He doesn't know.
When we were drinking.
I told you like a million thousand
Now
years ago.
I am totally sober and I'm just hearing this for the first time.
No, we were in Molokini. And we were going back after we were doing the thing. And I saw the whale shark. We went over it. You already knew I did. I just didn't want to like burst your bubble. But
Well, bubble burst.
it was amazing.
Bubble
And then
burst.
on your thing about bucket list, want to see, wouldn't eat. Because that's how you actually started.
I wouldn't. I was kidding about that. I wouldn't actually eat one of
Yeah,
those.
that's
I would
gross.
touch one. Joy's not here. I can say that.
So, okay. Miss Joy isn't here. Same. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'd touch it.
Boom. All right. Manna. Because, well, I'm just saying it's a ecotourism thing.
That's right. You got to pet them. They want to be cuddled.
They do. 'Cause
I have a video of her
they're
trying to do that
blushing.
with an iguana. And I keep telling her in the background of the video, like she's sneaking up on her. I'm like, that's the sign he makes when he wants to be cuddled, is when he does that posture. Now he wants you to get in there and cuddle him.
But you also have pictures of me actually touching him because he wanted me to cuddle him. Just saying.
Will says, later on, man, getting ice cream for the girls. Hey, tell the family we said hey and very much appreciate seeing you, man. Always a pleasure. Let me see what we can do. I'll see if I can get in touch with you this weekend. We'll have a little sit down, little chat. We've been needing to. It's about time. So,
I was just going to say, but the thing about the manta rays, the giant, But
I did run across a big, probably 12, 14 foot manta ray one
I
time.
just
That
wanna
is
see one.
awesome.
I could care less. I don't want to touch it, whatever. I just want to like see it. Run up those
Hey, now let's be nice here, guys.
Listen, try
True North Angler says that you guys are funny. Don't talk about my ladies that way.
Oh, that's me. Okay.
He says y'all are funny looking. Don't encourage him.
Well, can't do any better than that.
Can't do any better than that. Well, no.
It's what you get is what you get. Sorry.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you. All it takes is a half a bottle of wine, and all of a
what you
sudden,
get.
we're good. I don't. We sit here. What is it? You missed out on. Kayla was cuddling the nightmare light that we've got down here. So I went to show everybody. I took the camera and
dragging
showed
her leg.
everybody the nightmare light.
She's dragging.
And
her
when I
leg.
did, her nose touched the
Look.
camera, left a smudge. So I used one of Rachel's makeup things to take the smudge off. And I think it's making me look pretty good.
Oh,
A little makeup thing.
My picture. Her. She's dragging her freaking leg.
Why is she grab?
Cause she's like obsessed, and I don't blame her.
No,
like,
she's
all-
just old. She's an old dog. Nick says two fats. I don't know what that means. I guess he's saying that we are too pretty, hot, and tempting,
No,
sirs.
we're too old. That's what he's saying.
He's not saying that. I don't know if I think that was probably a voice to text typo. A little wine and everything is funny to me. It is.
Apparently,
You know?
it's like when you thought I was saying I was boosting two doves, bringing them home.
Yes.
You
Oh,
said, Rachel, tell me you love me, and I said I love you or something like that, or I said tell
She was doing voice to
whatever
text.
I was. Clearly, voice to text doesn't like me,
Yeah. So I told her to tell me that she loves me.
and I said,
And she said it voice to
I
text,
tell
and
you
it said, and it wrote on there, I boosted doves. It's like, oh, that's my wife. That is awesome. Where did you boost them from?
And then it said a steakhouse in Rome.
Yeah, that was her
And
answer.
then
I was
no-
like, you boosted doves. Where'd you boost it from? And she's like, a steakhouse in
It
Rome.
did not say Rome. It did say a steakhouse, and I'm coming home or something like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
from Rome. I don't want to be lying because I did say something.
So I highly encourage we need to do a live stream
where
where everybody
does it.
just does voice to text. It will be the single most hilarious
It would be. I
text
think.
stream down there. Because when my dad did it, for those of you guys who weren't here, missed it, didn't catch it, don't remember, or whatever,
Amazing.
he was doing it on the drive home one day, and he was talking about how
Peter's coming.
Peter was coming, but what it say?
Haters.
The haters. Instead of
you're
like
right.
it read him as the haters.
The haters.
He just randomly says the haters are coming. I was like, oh, what do we got to do to stop the haters? What was the other one? It said.
Man hunting or guy.
Oh yeah, we were talking about hunting.
Real guy, real
We were talking
guy.
about like we're gonna go on this hunting trip,
Real
and
guy hunting.
and yeah, so my dad says, yeah, real guy hunting. I was like, well, okay, if we've had a few drinks, Dad, and that's the direction that we're gonna go, well, okay then. But what he meant to say, what he said that voice text messed up on was he said that we were going to go nil guy hunting. It didn't know what a nil guy was, so it said that we were going now guy hunting. That's what it was. We were going now guy hunting. And of course, I was sitting there going, well, if you ever want to go, now guy hunting, I'll understand, Dad. Mr. Saltwater Hook, guys, I want to let you guys know, we got a couple people in the chat here. Mr. Saltwater Hooked over here is another phenomenal South Texas fishing channel. He does a lot of stuff on a kayak, and this gentleman has started doing live streams, and he has an amazing personality, and I highly suggest you check out one of his streams that he's doing, or also he's got very good content too. Very talented individual. He's worth checking out. If you guys haven't already, he gets the Stanley Orchard seal of approval. Good guy. Good content. Back, had a phone call. Yeah, you'll hear, because I do this off of my phone, you're going to hear my phone ding from time to time. I really hope that wasn't work. I hope that was you, Nick, that was texting me earlier. That little bell you hear going off is two things. It is significant, first off, for if work is texting me. Second off, you'll hear it in the videos too. The exact same bell I use, that is the, hey, if you haven't subscribed already, please take a moment to consider subscribing and slapping that captain's bell, so that you never miss an opportunity to spend a little bit of time with us. Every time I hear that bell now, I'm just like, it's like Pavlov's dogs. I'm trained on saying that. So guys, on that note, I do apologize. We are an hour and a half in. It has been an absolute pleasure. I want to thank all of you guys for joining us. Again, you're giving me an opportunity to decompress and kind of wind down from long days at work. And I want to thank you guys very much for that. I do need a little bit of a, well, it's about my bedtime now. I got to wake up pretty early. So thank you very much for joining us tonight, guys. We got some cool videos coming out, just a couple of more Cozumel videos, and then we're going to be done and ready to start season 2 of South Texas fishing videos. So please stay tuned, and there is going to be a contest coming out as we premiere our first season. You're going to want to stay tuned on the Cozumel videos because I have the contest. It will be a $100 gift card. It is already hidden in one of those videos. You guys are feel free to go and try to find that. I will give you guys more information on that when we are done with Cozumel videos. But again,
That video out?
it is a portion of the Cozumel videos. It's in one of them. We've got a couple left. I'm not going to say whether it's there or yet.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I want to be fair about it. But guys, thank you very much. You have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys in the next video. You have a wonderful night.
Peter, call us.
Good night, guys.
Bye. Y'all have fun.